a question. What happens when the seasons change? What happens when the seasons change? I want you to turn to your neighbor, or the person behind you, or the person in front of you, and I just want you to discuss things that happen when the seasons change. I haven't asked you to flip through your book yet. Stay on that first page, turn to your partner, and talk to her or him about what happens when the seasons change.
And then like when it's the holidays, they get hotter, the leaves that's gonna be hard.
DJ, what's one thing that happens when the seasons change?
Weather changes.
Weather? Like it gets cooler or hotter? What happens when it turns winter to spring? Does it get hotter or cooler?
Hotter.
Gets hotter. Spring to summer? Austin?
Really warm.
Really warm now. All right, really hot, because it gets really hot in the summer. And then summer to fall, what does it do, everybody?
Cools down.
Cools down. And then from fall to winter, Muriel?
It gets cold.
Really cold.
Freezing.
Like today, really cold. What else happens when the seasons change? Dominic, tell me a particular season change and what happens in it.
You have to change time. Either straightforward or spring.
Ah, daylight saving. I believe that happens in winter to spring and fall to winter. Very nice. What else happens when the seasons change, Mitchell? Animals, what do they do? What about them?
Some stay on the hot weather, like some hibernate.
So did you say they hibernate from fall to winter? Animals hibernate. Around when do they pop out again? Which one of these season changes? Iceland? Spring to summer. In spring to summer, not only do they pop out again, they've got what? Alexander.
Leaves falling and buds coming.
What about the animals though, bud? What about the animals? They hibernate, and then here they reappear. When do we see lots of baby animals? When do we see lots of baby animals, Dominic? Yeah. Oh, it's closer to spring to summer, sorry. It's closer to spring to summer. Baby animals. What else happens? You were telling me about the leaves and the trees, right? What season change is that?
Well, the leaves come on in winter to spring, and spring to summer, and fall to winter.
Leaves reappear, right? And then summer to fall, the leaves change colors, right? When do the leaves come off the tree? When do the leaves come off the tree, Tanisha?
Fall to winter.
Fall to winter. No more leaves. Anything else happen in these season changes? Austin?
There's different sports.
Oh, sports! As a matter of fact, I'm just going to write sports real big down here. Sports change. Right? Fall to winter, you play hockey. You play hockey in the winter. You play baseball in the spring and the summer. Swimming in the fall to winter, or summer to fall. Soccer somewhere around here, summer to fall, right? Volleyball is indoor, so I believe that's winter. Okay, we're not going to call out anymore though. What else happens in the changing of the seasons? Do you think we got everything up there? I think that's a pretty good detailed explanation about what happens when the seasons change. Do you have something to add, Brayden?
Also, actually, volleyball would actually sometimes fall under spring and summer.
Oh, okay.
Some people do it outside.
Some people do it outside. Beach volleyball happens in the summer.
I
So,
do
yeah.
that at my grandma's house.
Cool.
Well, my sister actually taught me this. She's only 5. She always says this. She doesn't know the real names of trees when they don't have leaves. And when they fall off, she says, look, they're naked trees.
They are, they get naked in the fall and the winter. That's true. Okay. I would like everybody now to go through their text and flip through the pages. On your scrap piece of paper, go ahead and make a prediction about what you think is going to happen. And why do you think it's going to happen? What's going to happen? Why is this going to happen? Water in me. No. I'm going to give you another minute or so to make predictions and write that down. Yes, Blade. Oh, can you write it down, please? What do you think is going to happen? And why is that going to happen? What am I asking you to predict in this story? What's the skill we've been working on this week? What do we normally figure out when we ask these two questions? What happened? Why did that happen? Dominic, I saw your hand kind of go up a little bit. You want to give it a go? It's all right if you're wrong, or I'm wrong often. What's the big idea? You know what? These questions help us figure that out. Both of them together. So very nice. Najee, what do you think?
Context clues.
Context clues. These will help us find those context clues. Nathaniel?
Cause and effect.
Cause and effect. Which one of these is going to tell us the cause? Mitchell?
What is going to happen?
Well, what is going to happen? What do you think that's going to be? The cause of the event or the event? The cause is going to be why that happened. The effect. The effect is what is going to happen, and the cause is going to be why that happened. So hang on to your predictions. All right? I want you to draw a line underneath them, as a matter of fact. Finish your thoughts up there. What's your prediction about what's going to happen? Come on, Allie. Draw a line underneath. So you can split your paper into two. Once you've written your prediction, we're going to read the story, and then we're going to find out if our prediction was right. Are we ready?
Yes.
I'm going to read the story today. We'll listen to it on audio later next week. I might not be as good as the audio, but too bad. All right. The Stranger. Text and art by Chris Van Allsburg. What happens when a mysterious stranger visits the Bailey farm? The genre is fantasy. A fantasy is a story that could never really happen. As you read, decide which events in this story could never happen in real life. Thank you. It was the time of year Farmer Bailey liked best, when summer turned to fall. He whistled as he drove along. A cool breeze blew across his face through the truck's open window. Then it happened. There was a loud thump. Mr. Bailey jammed on his brakes. Oh no, he thought, I've hit a deer. But it wasn't a deer the farmer found lying in the road. It was a man. Mr. Bailey knelt down beside the figure, fearing the worst. Then suddenly the man opened his eyes. He looked up with terror and jumped to his feet. He tried to run off, losing his balance, and fell down. After the trees to the north have turned, then overnight they changed their color to the brightest of any tree around. And etched in frost on the farmhouse windows are the words that say simply, "See you next fall." You don't have to clap. Thank you, though. All right. I want you to turn to your partner. What happened? Why did it happen? What happened? Why did it happen? Brr, there's a draft in here. What do you think happened, Nathaniel?
I think what happened is that
Tanisha, talk to me. Tell me what you guys discovered.
I think somebody that was a stranger.
Yeah? It had something to do with the leaves. Do you think the same thing? Yes. Who might the stranger be? It doesn't sweat. When he blows on soup, Mrs. Bailey says, "Brr, there's a draft in here."
I know. Maybe he's a secret
So that's what happened.
A ghost, spirit, a god, a ghost, a spirit, a god, a ghost, a spirit. What's one?
Why did that happen, Michaela?
God.
But who is he? Why is he stopping that from happening? Go back and find stuff. Class. Yes. Were our predictions right? Yes. Okay, kind of, a little bit. Did making predictions help us kind of think about what's happening in the story? Yeah. Making predictions is a really good way to help us think about it. What might be happening, they help us comprehend. Going through and taking a picture walk to make those predictions gives us an idea of what we think the story might be about. Gives us something to hold on to as we're reading. So it's a very nice job. You guys can close those books. We're going to come back to this next Wednesday, put them away. And for a few minutes, what we're going to do is play vocabulary rock and roll.
Yes.
We played played this with our last story, if you remember. We have our vocabulary. This game? Oh, okay, this game. Alright. So, I will put you, actually, if you do it in 3 seconds, I will give you the chance to be with people you choose to be with. Groups of 3 or groups of 4. Okay? Once you have your groups, you may come find me. Go! Is that Terror?
Yeah. Snake, actually. No, that's Timid. Snake? It was Snake.
It was Timid or Terror? Timid. What is the difference between Timid and Terror? Terror is what part of speech? Is it a noun, an adjective, or a verb? Terror is not a verb. Terror is a noun. Terror is a noun. Timid is what? An adjective, a noun, or a verb? Oh, he's a timid person. What am I doing with the word timid? Am I using it to describe him, or am I using it? So that would be an adjective. Timid is an adjective, whereas terror is a noun. Someone can be terrified, which is a verb. The word terror, something great fear. He looked up with terror. That's a noun. Alright? Think about it. Sorry, I'm going to put one more thing. A timid person often has much terror. Okay? So like a little kid. A little kid who's very timid has a lot of terror.